Alright, part two, picking up where we left off with, talking about, the humor of this movie, and it's feeling to me kind of forced. I've watched several movies where if you try to force humor, it doesn't really, pan out for you. Cough, cough, Ryan Johnson's, your mom joke. In, a certain movie. So anyway, back to the trailer. So, towards the 2 minute mark, we've got these tentacle-looking creatures that they've got to be the Quintessons. These to me are the Quintessons. I will be surprised if they're not. Which, the Quintessons, for those who do not know, in the old 80s cartoon, they were the creator of the Transformers. A lot of media has since dropped that, creation mythology story, as instead moved it to being Primus, the god of light in the Transformer universe. And instead now the Quintessons try to, enslave the Transformers. In the Align continuity, there was actually a period of time in Cybertronian history where the Quintessons came, conquered Cybertron, and eventually the Transformers, beat them back, beat them off-world. If this film is doing that story as well as Optimus and Megatron's, fight for, justice for the lower classes of Cybertron society, that's really condensing the timeline down a bit. One of the ways I could see that kind of working is if the character that we see the Quintesson getting up in the face of is Sentinel Prime, who in recent media has just been kind of cast as this corrupt leader. He's not one of the 13. He's just given, the title. He's the one that has it before Optimus. And he's just kind of a crap government official, and if he's kind of working with or selling out to the Quintessons, or he's part of the reason why, you've got people like Optimus and Megatron, down in the mines, mining energon, and being treated like trash, and possibly even removing the T-cogs of the lower class Cybertronians. I could see these two stories kind of meshing together. Because my prediction for this film is we're going to either see the seeds of what will lead to the falling out between Prime and Megatron, or we will see them actually become Optimus Prime and Megatron. There is a shot earlier in the trailer of what looks like Optimus getting the Matrix of Leadership, and which then, makes him Optimus Prime. And again, we see this very, kind of fiery, evil-looking shot of Megatron's face. So maybe by the end of this film, we will see their falling out, and, the sequel bait, I guess, will be, the beginnings of the Great War. Because I do think they're contemplating making this a trilogy, which, if this film's actually good and does well, I wouldn't mind seeing more and seeing, the actual war on Cybertron, which is what I wanted from the get-go. But, I don't know, let's see how this movie goes first. We don't have much longer left in the trailer, and I don't think there's much more I want to call out. We do see shots of some other, known characters that we don't really have, voice actors for or anything. Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave being among them, which, don't know how they're going to play into this necessarily. I know in the Align continuity, Soundwave and Shockwave were, Megatron's, lieutenants. Sort of lieutenants, They were sort of like his left and right hands when he was a gladiator in the arena. and he eventually meets Starscream later. But it appears like the three of them are already together. So again, they're in the trailer for like half a second, so not really sure what's going on with them. But so when I initially heard about this movie, and these are just kind of my final thoughts now. When I initially heard about this movie, I was excited for the fact it was an animated movie, the fact that it's all on Cybertron, there's not going to be any humans. I was very excited for that. I was kind of iffy on the casting choices. I really don't know how I feel about Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax. And even listening to him, it's kind of iffy. I can't think of the name of who's supposed to be Megatron offhand. I only know him as the conspiracy guy in the newer Godzilla movies. Let me look that up real quick. Yeah, I know, totally professional. Transformers 1. Brian Tyree Henry is the voice of Megatron. Well, this is new. It has Steve Buscemi listed as the film's antagonist. Is Steve Buscemi gonna be Quintesson? And it does list Sentinel Prime here. Okay, so yeah, my best guess is that Transformer where we see the Quintesson getting up in the face of, and now, for my money, that's just going to be Steve Buscemi. That we see Steve Buscemi get, don't take that as fact, get up in the face of is Sentinel Prime. That is, I'm willing to bet money that that's Sentinel Prime. And like I said, I gave my thoughts on that earlier. But anyway, back to the voice casting. Brian Tyree Henry doesn't really strike me as a decent fit for Megatron. Like, he just doesn't give off that, like, sinister vibe that Megatron is supposed to have. And maybe he'll surprise me at the end. If Megatron goes, evil by the end of this movie, maybe his voice will change, like, he'll change his voice a bit. And if he does, I will happily be corrected. I will happily be wrong. Scarlett Johansson as Alita 1. Okay. Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed at the thought of him, at Toad from Mario being Bumblebee. And you know what? It worked. It worked for me. So, good on you there, Key. And again, just this forced, what to me feels like forced humor. I don't know. I think I've just kind of decided this is going to be when it comes to streaming, and I assume it'll be on Paramount at some point, because I'm pretty sure it's Paramount Pictures that's doing this film. Yeah, it is. Paramount Animation, Paramount... Okay, yeah. So it'll be on Paramount Plus, which I get for free because of where I work. So, lovely. When it comes to that, I'll sit and watch it. I doubt I'll go to the theaters for this one. And even if this is a film not for me, if it winds up not being a film for me, if I'm not the intended audience here, and I get the feeling I'm not, because again, I'm a 30-year-old man, and I imagine this is meant for kids. I do hope it does well, because I would like to see more Transformers media on Cybertron. Get us away from the humans. I don't care about the humans. I don't even care about them in the MonsterVerse movies, the Godzilla and King Kong movies, and honestly, we're moving away from them bit by bit, and I'm cool with that. Side note, Godzilla Kong New Empire, great movie. Should definitely go watch it. Although it's very much the whole, hey, we hear you like giant monster fights type movie. So, if you're down for that, it's a great movie. Sorry, that was random. This video and the previous one are supposed to be about Transformers. But hey, giant robot fights. Although they won't be giant, they'll be animated in this one, so it'll be more scaled. Whatever, these have been my thoughts on the Transformers 1 trailer. I hope you guys have a good day. See you in the next one.